Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux and another edition of the Weekly News Roundup. I hope that everybody had a wonderful ending to your week and is ready to kick off the weekend with nothing more than the Weekly News Roundup. Oh boy, I feel like garbage today, guys. Like, I gotta tell you, because I have actually not been eating sugar or carbs or much of anything for a little while, very tiny amounts here and there. And I went to the store today, and this bag of cookies was beckoning, and I bought it, and I ate most of it. Ugh, bad idea. Ugh, I feel like garbage now. But anyway, that'll pass. And hey, that's the thing. I only buy enough for the drive home, and then we're done. No more carbs for a while. Except I did buy some graham crackers because I needed to make an ice cream cake, and so, you know. Oh well. Fortunately, I won't be bringing any of that home. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. Let's check in on the comments over on Discord. We have Dr. Quantum Alpha is alive, as is Strawberry Shortcake. And Shadow Strike, how's it going there? Good evening. Great, all Beavis here. All right. And over on the Tubies, hello, Kent. Greetings. Yeah, all this talk about mosquitoes, by the way, was it today? Some scientists are like, hey, we have genetically modified mosquitoes. We're going to release these into the wild. The theory is it's going to make all of the mosquitoes infertile and destroy them because, you know, the endangered species and stuff, I guess, don't count if you're a bug. Of course, this has been tried before, and Michael Crichton was right. The mosquitoes just changed. So now we will have breeding genetically modified mosquitoes, and I forget exactly where those are released. Let us know, and I would highly encourage avoiding that area for a while. We'll end up with like super mosquitoes or something. Like they'll become giant and like blood-sucking. They'll come by and you'll find dead people all over the place with like these giant mosquito things stuck in their neck, you know. Because genetically modified stuff finds a way, guys. It all finds a way. I didn't include anything on the news today on the genetically modified mosquitoes, but that is going on. Mosquito, land of 10,000 lakes and 10 trillion mosquitoes. There you go. Yeah, I don't see the YouTube bot over there yet taking out Vivaldi.com. I don't know. Saw those little skeeters wearing masks that night. Yeah, I guess they were out to rob a bank, you know. And I don't think I have it on this computer. I think on one of my other computers, and it's a meme. 2019, guy goes into a bank with a mask. Clerk's going, I'm calling the police. 2020, guy goes into a bank not wearing a mask. Lady's wearing a mask behind the counter. I'm calling the police. Like, yeah, that's pretty much defines our upside down clown world as it speaks. Leaving through the article is going to be interesting. Absolutely. Moonbase Self-Grace, take me to your leader, please. Get me off this rock. Now that I have nuked my second Linux partition, Arch now has an extra 400 gigabytes of disk space. It does not know what to do with. Ooh, add some VMs. There you go. Good evening, Maverick. How's it going there? Troy, hello there. Commander P-Rock, greetings. Rosla Review says, meow. Still kicking in Spokane. Z-Tang, how's it going there? Jeffrey, you will be pleased to know that even though I did not need any anymore, I bought more TP today. Just heeding your advice in case they go up. I think I'm up to about a year or two supply. So thanks for that tip the other day. I'm stocked up for a while. French don't call cats roof rabbits for nothing. There you go. She is lovely. That's right. That he is my cat's pronouns. You must refer to my cat as he, because in any other way, you're deeply offending my cat. Sika de Mayo, hangover. Scrap my 2022 plasma theme project since Kavadim themes do not play nice with color schemes. Good evening. Finally done with college schoolwork. Got CompTIA security cert last week. Celebrated the resurrection this past Sunday. Awesome. Very cool. All right. The carb flu fun. Yeah, there you go. Rottweilers are not cute. I don't know. It depends. If you're a Rottweiler fan, I think they are. But for me, I'm not a huge dog fan. So, I mean, hey, I'll scoff at a puppy. I'm that heartless. Let's see. We ran out of food for a week. Then I got paid and went to our RSL club to eat lunch and got bloated. I do think huskies are cute. Yeah, mosquitoes will be prison shanking people. That's right. Gotta watch out, guys. Cornholio needs TP for his bunkolio. That's right. A little bit more over there on Discord. We got some dinosaurs going in there. That'll be the next Godzilla movie. There you go, yeah. More Skeeterzilla. That's right. I identify as a digital clock. My pronouns are AM, PM. Oh, Lord. So stunning. So brave. Oh, boy. Let's see. Yeah, snakes be better than cats and dogs. Yeah, a friend of mine had some snakes. The neighbors kept wondering where their cats and dogs went. I don't know. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get jumping in here. I think it's a longer news cycle than we've had in the past. Last couple weeks. So we've got 5 privacy. I threw 2 tech / robot and 3 security in the first section. Then we have a bunch of business, and I have 4 Sillyville news as well. So let's go ahead and get on into the privacy news. What is our first affiliate? That is our first one. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Tech Hut in the house. Tech Hut, how's it going there? We got to do something again sometime soon. Give it a couple weeks, though. I am nearing that deeply complicated part of my big super secret project. Once I'm done with the complicated part, I may unveil what I am doing, mostly because I think there's going to be some good videos in it. But as for now, it's still a super secret project that's taking up so much of my time. There is not a video tomorrow because, yeah, it's been crazy. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the privacy edition with a little bit of robots and some security breaches thrown in there just for fun. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to catch the show live and participate in the nonsense as it happens. And we're going to go ahead and jump in. Google Play is going to start requiring the privacy nutrition labels, the same as Apple did. I will remind you that Google updated their apps the day before those privacy notices were required, and then they refused to update them until so long that Google flagged its own app as not being updated lately. I will remind you of that, but now they're going to be like, oh no, we're going to have the safety features in there too, because everybody has to copy what Apple does, because Apple must be the king of Silicon Valley. And so starting next year, they're going to be adding these. So they have the pre-announcement. Policy is available. Developers can start declaring information. Users can start seeing the information in Q1 22. That would be a little less than a year from now. And then Q2 2022, that would be 1 year from now. Deadline for all new and existing apps to declare privacy information. A lot of this information is available, at least on the website, although the pop-ups do not occur. But don't worry, companies like Facebook and Instagram are still around, and they are going to be telling us among one of the things in their notices, they're allowed to give a pop-up prior to that notification. And one of the things of the pop-up is that it keeps it free of charge, which begs the question. Now, Instagram, okay, maybe. Would anybody at this point pay for Facebook? I mean, I wouldn't pay for any of them. I think most of my audience here probably wouldn't pay for any of them either. But would anybody actually pay for these services? I guess some people would. That's why I left the MeWe account behind, because it's like, pay us to have a business page on the thing that only has like 5,000 users. I don't know. I'm sure they're bigger than that by now. But here you can see the pop-up here on Facebook on the left and Instagram on the right. The second one down here. Help keep Facebook free of charge, because we might start charging you money. We're going to take advantage of that long-running internet conspiracy theory and share this post or Facebook will charge you. You don't share your private details, Facebook might start charging you. What would you do without the horrible algorithmic propaganda directly in your news feed. Really, people, what would you do? You might have to pay for your propaganda. And Instagram has the same thing. Help keep Instagram free of charge by giving us all of your data. Yeah, go ahead and hit no on that. You don't actually need that. Oh, here's a little post. And it begins. Facebook, Instagram, explore additional scare tactics. Yeah, they're just resurrected an old one from the internet. Come on. That's the way it goes. And Google Assistant now is a messaging service. So now the Assistant features are now a messaging system as well. So I guess your device can listen for you at all times and then share messages back and forth. I just think that this is starting to develop the whole thing into one giant telescreen. Oh, that way. Telescreen. I always forget which side of my things are on. There you go. And so we got the telescreens up there, and it's just moving that way. So your Google messaging stuff on speakers, displays, and phones, now it's going to be integrated with messaging type stuff as well. So I don't know. What's the message? Put your helmet on, fool. I guess. I don't know. So there we have it there. You can go ahead and leave messages now through all these things. There you have it. So I guess the final take home message here, guys, is if we go ahead and do that and start working towards integrating all these things into one device, don't complain to me when the whole world basically shuts down and sucks you into it all, because I've been warning you the whole time. So just an FYI. The conversation, this one, it was a toss-up which one I wanted to have as our feature article. Wow, we're moving these privacy sections quickly. The conversations came from Vince Down Under. Thank you, Vince, for this one. And this one here kind of gets into the voice profiling revolution. Now, this is not a brand new thing, but it's starting to make its way around. So I remember a friend of mine, his brother had passed away last year or so. It might have actually been 2 years ago by now, I've come to think of it. I don't know. It was a while ago. And, he had to, he was listed to take over all the accounts and stuff, and he had to call in to the firm and give him a voice print. He's like, I don't want to give a voice print. What if I say, no? And I would encourage you guys, no, don't participate in this kind of stuff. But what this is getting into is it's getting into this idea of voice printing. So it kind of makes me wonderful that I can do all sorts of weird voices, and I might just start randomly doing that just for the fun of it. Why not? Because you might just want to keep people from getting your voice print, but that's kind of what it's going on here. You decide to call a store, and this is where it's getting to first. You call a store to ask them something, and as you dial, the computer artificial intelligence company hired by the store, oh great, it's the computer of an artificial intelligence company that the store hired is activated. It retrieves the analysis of the speaking style you used when you phoned other companies. So going back to the tinfoil hat time I did at the beginning of the year, and we looked at Patron Scan. And Patron Scan, you go in, you scan your ID, and technically they're following the letter of the law, but they have this giant database of about everybody. And if the bar, 5 blocks away flagged you as, somebody that shouldn't be in there simply because the bouncer doesn't like you or something, I don't know. And they flag it, and now everybody else who uses the Patron Scan system has a just cause to kick you out. Well, the same type of stuff is happening. If all of these companies are just hiring these other third parties, and then these other third parties are getting their tentacles into here, and the same company is hired by 8 different companies, they can start to follow you around from business to business to business, analyzing your voice, determining it as you, and then, of course, deploying their algorithm of you onto whatever you want. And this becomes very frightening. Computer has concluded you are friendly and talkative. Yeah, they haven't gotten me on one of those machines yet. If they do, it'll be we'll put it this way. Never mind. I did learn this. If you say about 4 or 5 swear words in a row to PayPal's automated system, they will attach you to a customer service representative, unless they've changed something for a while, but I don't know. So the hypothetical situation may sound from some distant future, but automated voice-guided market activities like this are happening all the time. If you hear this call is being recorded for training and quality control. It isn't just the customer service representative they are monitoring, it is you as well. So what they're doing is they're utilizing these to analyze voice prints, to tie identification, basically creating databases now of voice samples in addition. How much you want to bet Clearview ID was doing some of this stuff as well, right? So Clearview AI, whatever, Clearview ID, where did that come from? I don't know. Clearview AI is doing that. So they're already taking video, they're taking pictures, scanning this in. Is it that much of a step to say they probably were doing the voice print stuff too? Because they're scraping video platforms, and people just didn't know to think about that. But who's to say they don't have that already? That'd be an interesting thing to look into. And so basically the idea here that we want to get at is, as much as I hate using text messaging, maybe it might be a safer platform because I don't really want to be passing voice print information onto these other, onto all these companies. So maybe it is better to stop talking to them. I don't really want to do voicemail either. Maybe it's email. I don't know. I don't even know what it is anymore. Like one company and I'll support the devil in Amazon, I guess. I don't know. But there we have it. So this article here goes into a lot of interesting stuff. It talks about patents and just a bunch of other little things. It's worth reading through, a little bit longer of an article, but worth reading through to see some of the things that they're doing, just to be aware of the stuff that is coming on down the pipeline. And on to our feature story. This is an interesting one because there's a new study warns of security threats linked to recycled phone numbers. Now, if you've ever gotten a new phone number recently, in fact, a friend of mine, he's always laughing about it because now he's had this number for I think 5 years now. But the previous person who owned it, they must have been just a student in town for a year who signed up for anything and everything, and he was I believe he was probably a Chinese student based on the fact that he keeps on getting people texting him Chinese stuff. And that guy was pretty much attached to everything. Well, what the hackers have found that you could do is, as people abandon their phone numbers for new ones or whatever else they're doing, is they don't often think to go in and deactivate those phone numbers on other accounts. And so what happens is, as you're going on to a system to try to get a new phone number, you can kind of, in many cases, you can select between a few phone numbers. So what they might do is go to sign in, have a look at the phone numbers being offered, and see if there's any connections to any accounts, like a Google account, for example. And if it's there, then they go ahead and take that number. Now they actually own that number. They attempt to log into the Google account. And of course, it's like, oh, send me the SMS message. I forget, reset my account. So they legit own it. So this is like the SIM swap taken to the next level out, where they're not doing the SIM swap breach. They're just taking an old phone number that you had forgotten to deactivate from things. And that is a thing to think about. So maybe it begs the question that phone numbers on accounts should expire on a short period of time, or maybe we just need to add it to our OPSEC cards to sit down and say, okay, maybe whenever something shifts like this, I have to go in and remove this number off of every account. And this, guys, is why I always tell you, don't even attach phone numbers to accounts to begin with. You should not be doing that. But this is a fascinating article to see what they're doing. So in this analysis of 259 phone numbers available to new subscribers of U.S. Telecom, T-Mobile, and Verizon Wireless, the study was undertaken by Princeton University's Kevin Lee and Professor Arvin, whatever that is, one of the executive members. The phone number recycling refers to the standard practice of reassigning disconnected phone numbers from other subscribers and carriers. There's an estimated 35 million numbers are disconnected every year. And then what they're doing here is they're seeing which one of these can be used for account recovery, hijacking things, and then you've lost your account. And then you try and convince them that it's actually not you doing it. Isn't that exciting? Well, if you want to help support the channel, I do have some affiliates. Today we are highlighting A2 Hosting. I've used A2 hosting for quite a long time, although I have moved my hosting to another provider right now because I needed to do something much more custom for all my clients. A2, though, is an excellent host. I absolutely love what they have to offer. They have shared hosting, VPS, reseller, dedicated domain. Never buy WordPress hosting, guys. Don't buy WordPress hosting. It's garbage. Locks you out of things. Too many problems and complications. But anyway, all the other ones that they have are good, and everybody does that. So you can get your shared hosting for $3. I think you can buy up to, I think it's up to like 3 years you can buy at a time. And then you can do reseller, VPS hosting, and dedicated servers as well. So use my affiliate tlm.li/A2H, and they will hook you up with some good hosting. So let's go ahead, and I think we're going to have a look at some robot stuff next. All right. Okay. Checking in on Discord first. I said super secret project. That's right. Like throwing away fruit. Glad I don't use Shapple. There you go. 18 million users on MeWe now. Very cool. Go all Russian and talk about microfilms. There you go. Strawberry and I speak to each other in Japanese during calls. Ooh. Good luck figuring out what we're saying when in public. Same mobile phone number since 2012. Yeah. Let's see. Scott here. Are we talking Florida? I don't know. Wherever those mosquitoes were released. Was that Florida? French flag have white in the middle, so their war opponents can read between the lines. Oh! Through E on my Android phone today. Not that I really use that phone anyway. There you go. French rifles for sale. Never fired. Only dropped once. Seals are vampires in the insect world. Yeah. Okay. Working on human-alien relations for a special project. The reptilians have said that he is an okay guy, and that's a direct quote. Well, I am a reptilian. The Greys, you got the quote right, but you got the species wrong. It was the Greys, because I'm actually working on a collaborative project with the Greys. I am a reptilian alien. So the Grey said I'm an okay guy. Yes. The Tubies seriously needs an automatic spell checker, especially for comments. There you go. Let's see. Actually, you can do that if you have like the language tool or the Pro Writing Aid plugin. You can do that. King of Bloat, Apple, Prince. Yeah. Google's just a surf. Open source or divorce. There you go. I would pay for Facebook to go away. There you go. Take another billion. Get out of here. Pay us to spy on you, VPN companies, and paid dating services. There you go. Gnome is the father of DEs, and KDE is the mother. There you go. Yeah. Phone is the modern version of the telescreen. Messages changed any OS that Google will allow. I love Big Brother. I love Big Brother. All right. Both Canada and Mexico weekly partial bores, 30 prices in Georgia Pacific can now no longer use deforested wood. $3 per roll is possible by the 4th of July. Talked to a lot of Indian people on the phone. Her name is Kevin. I know. We're all named Kevin. Every one of us. Stupid government uses voice printing thing as a security method. Yeah, they're kind of stupid. Let's see. My Indian surgeon's first name is Kevin. There you go. That is a term I can Google to figure out what you're talking about. Phone, please log in by your keypad. Now say, I am a resident of Australia with your voice. What's something I can stock up on now to resell later? Well, if you're not addicted to it, Cigarettes and whiskey. In the end times, apocalyptic times, people are still going to want to smoke. They're still going to drink. I should really do that because I have no desire to do either. And, having cartons of cigarettes laying around for the end times is bartering tools. A-okay. Uh-oh, I'm a white supremacist now. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. All right. Point of stocking up on graphics cards has been gone since autumn. Yeah. Building Amazon warehouse here. Used to buy women's clothing at clearance prices and resell on eBay. There you go. It's why you should be. Yeah, there you go. My dad had to live in the Chinese countryside back in the day, and for some government program, he told me they used watermelon peels as toilet paper. Well, out here, corn husks. Corn husks is a good thing. How to clean USB infected virus on Linux. What do you mean a USB infected virus? Like a virus on Linux? Well, try Clam AV. Stop alcohol menthol cigarettes now. Yeah, the Gestapo might bust in the door, It's like trying to drive into the state of California with a head of lettuce. Anything to declare? I have a head of lettuce, sir. Anything else? I got this grenade. Well, we don't care about that grenade, but give me the lettuce. All right. Of course, last time I visited my friend in California, I go across the border, and there's the border agent doing this. Waving everyone on. I told my friend when I got there, I got a way you could save a lot of money for the state right now. He's like, what? Get rid of all those border guards. They ain't doing anything. They're just doing this. They don't need to do that. Oh, boy. I told you about investing in cryptocurrency. It's really taking off. Yeah, I'm 50-50 on that. Part of me thinks, I don't know, maybe. Part of me thinks, it would be a good thing to do. You're the inspiration for original V TV show? I have no idea. I don't even know what the V TV show is. Is it related to V for Vendetta, the movie? I didn't know they did a TV show. If I am, cool. Give me the royalties. I'll take that. Alrighty. Let's see. We got a little bit of, what do I have? I have 2 tech news. I'm going to call it robot. It's not really robot, but sort of. And then I think I have some security next. So let me do that and get ready for security next. So we have a little bit of our new picture today. Yeah, we've got our evil tech pictures back. So Kroger is starting to do express drone delivery in the Ohio regions, Cincinnati and Monroe, Ohio, if anybody is from there and would like to take part in drone deliveries. The cool thing here is that it does not just ship to your home address, it can also ship to your current smartphone location. So if you're out there watching your kid at the soccer game, you're like, man, I could use, I don't know, a Pepsi or something from Kroger. And you can just put it up on the phone, and then drone comes and delivers it right to where you currently are. Epic. So there you go, guys. Drone delivery is starting to become a thing. Kroger is starting to do this. They're getting involved in about everything. It makes me wonder if is Kroger going to become the next giant scary technology company? I don't know. Anyway. And the British Royal Navy has a good idea. They want to come up with a way to battle pirates. And of course, always having the best of the old navies. Hey, I got a great idea for taking over pirates. Let's use jetpacks. That's right. British Royal Marines explore the possibility of storming a ship at sea with jetpacks. What do they do? Come on over here like Iron Man and blast all the pirates away? Come on, Jack Sparrow! Boom, But here we have it, guys. British military has been exploring the possibility of boarding ships at sea with futuristic jetpacks so that the wearers fly over the water like Iron Man. The jet suit is made by Gravity Institutes. Company released videos Sunday showing how its operations wearing jetpacks and working with Royal Marines to launch from rigid inflatable boats and land aboard ships. There you go. Piracy, of course, is a big problem. We're going to turn that off just in case there's any copyrightable music there. But here we have it. Here we are. We got the pirate. I don't know. I guess they're approaching the pirate ship. Coming on. Coming on, boys. Coming on, boys. I'm getting ready with my jetpack, boys. I'm boarding. Here you go. So there he is. He's flying above. Inboarding. I mean, I gotta say, if I were a pirate and like the Royal Navy's after me and some dude starts coming by with a jetpack, I think I might start needing some changes in some undies there because this is getting a little bit, this is indeed getting a little bit Iron Man-y. Cool application though. I guess if you fall there, it doesn't have little buoys on his arm, but there we have it. So you can go ahead and you can board the pirate ship. We're boarding you. We're boarding you, pirate ships. Oh, there you go. So there he is. He's coming over here, and he's throwing up a ladder for all his buddies to come up now as well. And I guess it's just going to be 007. He's going to go up there and take on everybody else. I don't know. Maybe he'll just get his own his own stuff. Anyway, kind of neat thing. This is the future. The space pirates are coming, guys. The space pirates are coming. Now let's go ahead and have a look at some security. Well, if Palantone, is it Peloton? Whatever they are, they're already having a really bad week. They had like all of their treadmills were recalled after a 6-year-old died on those. And now we've had a data leak. Guys, if you go back when I first talked about these stupid things, I told you, guys, they're collecting all this data. They're going to sell it to somebody. They're going to get hacked. It's going to be breached. Yep. Once again, Tom has discerned himself a prophet because, faulty API let anyone grab users' private data, including weight and gender. I mean, how do they even know your gender? They better have had more than just male and female. I want to see somebody that's an Apache helicopter using Peloton. I mean, they're just hovering above the mat there and everything. So basically, it knows a whole lot about your workout. The data exposes user IDs, instructor IDs, group memberships, workout stats, gender and age, weight, and if they are in a studio or not. So a lot of personal data. This is why you don't want to use internet-connected smart devices, whether it be a watch or a treadmill or anything in between. Don't be doing this crap. You can do just as good getting yourself some offline cheap weights and working out to either a guide or a workout video. I mean, what was the name of that scary dude? Richard Simmons. He taught a lot of people to bust off that flab and make the buns of steel. Go ahead and get yourself some Richard Simmons. If you don't lose weight by the exercise, you will certainly lose weight by the laughing at the hilarity of 80s workout dudes. So anyway, that's the case there. Dell had a security patch going back to 2009. This is a BIOS escalation issue. It does appear related to Windows software, so all of us on Linux, we beat you. So there we have it, guys. But still, this is a vulnerability that allows several different types of escalation up to full administrative levels. There is a patch for it. It's best to remove the DLL file in Windows directory and then apply the patch as you can. So there we have it. Anybody on Dell computers, go ahead and get those updates. Or here's a better thought. Wipe Windows off of that bad boy and switch to Linux. I mean, really. And there is another one that's called 21 Nails. I found that's the name of a company too. I could not find a lot more about this, but just because stupid name. So it's an XM bug that exposes millions of email servers to hacking. So maintainers of XM released patches to remediate as many as 21 security vulnerabilities in software that could enable unauthenticated attackers to achieve and complete remote code execution and gain root privileges on the servers. Discovered by Quilays and reported to XM in October. Was it 10/20/2020? This has got to be a manic. Some vulnerabilities can be chained together to obtain full remote access of unauthenticated code execution and gain root privileges on the XM server, they said. Most of the vulnerabilities discovered by the team, affects all versions of XM going back all the way to 2014. It's a popular mail transfer agent used on Linux-type platforms. 60% of publicly reachable email servers are running the software. So I guess what I might be doing some of this weekend, making sure all of my stuff is up to date. So there you go. That's exciting. And, there we have it, guys. Yet another email hack. This one's pretty severe, just in the fact that it's, so prevalent and so many things. What I was trying to figure out is if Quantum Alpha just posted something really hilarious in Discord. I just saw it and lost my train of thought. Thanks for that. Anyway, I was going to see if cPanel was affected by this because they have some, I don't know if they're using XM or not. I think they are. And so I need to look into that. But nevertheless, definitely have a look at those. Well, you can help support the channel over on Subscribestar. So I am on subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. You can jump in over there, help support the channel. And we put the links up there to join in on the Thursday call. And we also have, by the way, after the live stream on Thursday, we hang out for about an hour as well. So it's another fun perk to being a direct supporter. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Alrighty, where are we at? 37. All right, we might be a little later than usual. Oh yeah, look at this. It's if you're not on the Discord server, Quantum Alpha, that's glorious. It's a guy in a business suit peeing in a urinal, and then there's a stormtrooper next to the urinal, and there's pee all over the place. Because stormtroopers can't aim. Let's see. Let's see. Ban on menthol cigarettes is anti-cool. Yeah. Opinion on how secure VNC is for offline use. VNC. Why am I drawing a blank what VNC is? I mean, anything for offline use is going to be better. I don't know. One where the reptilian aliens landed passes off as a human, almost like the left side of the aisle of Congress. Yeah. And have your location data probably stolen. Yeah, probably. Blast them with the MP or microwave gun. Yep. Yeah, I'll be clear. I'm not going to be a fan of using the Kroger service. It's a bunch of nonsense, but oh well. For a bunch of nukes at them, they won't be a threat anymore. There you go. Wrong show. Mandalorian instead of Iron Man. Pirates have really moved on from DVDs. I know, right? Catch more fish. Use a net. Ooh, there you go. That was our ships used for the movie V and a bunch of your reptilian cousins back in 1983. Ooh. Can't remember the last Pirates of the Caribbean film I watched. Yeah, it's been a while for me too. More data leaks. Yep. Wasn't 1983 the first year of Pelosi in Congress? I don't know. I mean, that recent? I thought she was there for the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Don't tell Twitter that gender is binary. Oh, I know. You will get that as a bannable offense on Twitter. 87 elected first term. Now she's, yeah. Kroger over 6 years. We always joked that Kroger would be used for the rise of the Antichrist. I wonder if we were right. Well, that's frightening little inside information. TP used the 3 shells like they did in Demolition Man. Gotta learn sometimes. I know, right? Yeah, there's a lot of movement on the Pine Watch. Pizza Loving Nerd just did a good look at the release of that and some of the software and considerations. So if you are interested in a Linux-based smartwatch, have a look at Pizza Loving Nerd's channel. He's got some good stuff over there. Live with Lenovo and HP because they're 8% cheaper than Dell. There you go. I generally buy Dell when I can, actually. If I have the choice, I buy Dell. If I have to buy something pre-built. Okay. Might have been there for the signing of the Magna Carta. Yeah. HP, newer Lenovo. HP is still fine. Linux, Lenovo. Stuck with fast 128-bit 812 APU. See, Pelosi uses Ubuntu Satanic Edition. Oh boy, I can't unsee that. Yeah, I know. It's pretty good, isn't it? All right, let's jump on into business. Maybe we can indeed get out of here in time after all. Let's see, corporatocracy. And we have that. Wow, we have a lot of things in business. This is more than I usually do. I wonder if it's going to be quick or not. I got the coof. All right. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition with a little bit of Sillyville thrown in to the end. And today we're going to do a couple little updates and then dive on into some interesting little discussions. First, PlayStation is partnering with Discord. Discord did say no to Microsoft, or Microsoft said no to Discord. One of them, either way, the Discord channel is safe for at least a little bit because the Microsoft will not be in the mix. And now, though, they are announcing a partnership with PlayStation. Some people are saying, oh, no, this is bad. Some people are saying, oh, okay, whatever. I don't really know one way or the other if this is good, bad, or indifferent. I don't know. We will just have to wait and see. But anyway, Discord is partnering up with PlayStation. So that is where we are going to be at. And Ajit Pai, we of course wanted to know where Shut Your Pie Hole went. We were saying, is he going to go back to Verizon? Well, no, he went back to the American Enterprise Institute, which is a lobby group funding ISP's success. So, yeah, is it any shock that that the turncoat went right on back to his old ways and supporting ISPs after, failing miserably at his one task of protecting citizens from the evil corporate ISPs? And so this is where Ajit Shut Your Pie Hole is now, and I'm going to go ahead and get that off the screen so nobody else wants to break their... Oh, I have another pie. No, that's right, because we have this whole block of ISPs or evil crap. So the biggest ISPs paid $8.5 million to fake FCC comments opposing net neutrality. Remember, guys, when the comments for net neutrality were out there and there were all of these comments coming through and people were like, these are garbage bot comments being used in other people's names? Well, the report is out now, and it does turn out that the ISPs stole a whole bunch of people's identity, paid $8.5 million, gave those to people to use those for spam comments to oppose net neutrality. I think that the ISPs should be held liable for identity theft, criminal identity theft on every ID that they theft. Everybody whose name was used inappropriately, that should be one count of felony identity theft. I think it'd be hilarious. Let's see what would happen. And, if companies want to have, we want our First Amendment rights. If you want to have First Amendment rights, fine. You get the responsibility that comes with it. This is the biggest sham in the way that the politics works with companies and constitutional effects. Okay. Way back a long time ago, corporations couldn't have constitutional rights because they weren't people. Somehow in the 70s or so, it so happened that they were added to have constitutional rights. The problem is they have zero responsibilities. The Constitution is a document that has rights with responsibilities. If you're going to give a company the rights under a constitution, they need to have this equal responsibility and accountability there too. Therefore, the higher ups all of them jointly and severally liable for 1 count of felony identity theft for every instance. Also, let's add 1 count of mail fraud, because every time you do something across state lines, it is an instant felony mail fraud charge. Okay, let's see some of these guys sit in jail for a while, and then they'll have to pay back all this millions of dollars. But the report is out, and this happened. Is this going to change anything? Probably not. I mean, hey, we realized the big mistake we made. Well, it's too late to do anything about it. So anyway, and New York requires broadband to have a $15 broadband for poor people, and then the ISPs come down. Probably constitutional. I didn't read this article quite thoroughly. So the lobby groups for Verizon, AT&T, and other ISPs asked the court to overturn the state law because we can't possibly provide good service for low money. That would be scandalous. I would have to give up a yacht. So the internet service providers today sued them to block the state law requires ISPs to sell $15 per month broadband plans to low-income households. Lawsuit filed by lobby groups, including all of these guys here. Let's see. Law seeks to regulate broadband rates. So let's kind of get into some of the ideas here. Now, should the government be involved in telling a company how much you have to sell a product for? No, they shouldn't. New York law is probably not a good law. I will agree to that, because I don't want the government coming down and telling the company what they can do with their products. But what we should do is enforce the monopoly laws, because once again, I'll say it, I have exactly one option for internet in, I don't know, what are we, the fourth? Somebody said recently the 5th largest city in my state. When I have exactly one option for internet, we have a monopoly, and this is why my internet rate doubled in cost in over 3 years. 3 years ago, I was paying $50 for internet. Now I'm paying $100 for internet. I cannot go with a cheaper plan because I will not be able to do my job. That is absolutely scandalous, and it happens because there's a monopoly. But if there were 5 ISPs in here all competing for customers, it would drop the prices back down, and I would probably, internet being mostly identical, I would probably just pay for whoever has the cheapest one, unless there was a serious quality difference somewhere. But that would actually make sense. So New York state law is stupid. I'll unfortunately think that the ISPs will probably win on this one, but nevertheless, it's just a giant mess all around. Well, a Netflix executive was convicted of receiving bribes and kickbacks from companies contracting with Netflix, and he was also forcing employees to use said services, even though most of them said they sucked. It's like the Amazon scam review. We will send you a new device. Give us 5-star review. And I was like, no. So there we have it. And this is going back for a while. So he will, I don't know if he'll be looking at actual jail time or just a fine, but this carries with it a few years in jail. But yeah, he is actually convicted. So yes, he is officially taking bribes. He's the CTO of Netflix. Isn't that frightening? Well, I've always said it. I had to include this article because I've always talked about this kind of stuff. People are like, the night shift on, it's soft on your eyes. And I kept on calling BS. Once again, Switch to Linux demonstrates being a prophet. Scientific research comes down and says, no, actually, night shift doesn't actually help you sleep any better. You might have a little placebo effect. Oh, it feels soft on the eyes. Guys, I got news for you. I stare at these computer screens until about 2 in the morning, and then I go right to bed and I go right to sleep. You want to know why people looking at screens have a hard time getting to sleep? Because they're looking at addictive things like social media. The dopamine is going. They're basically high on social media. It doesn't have anything to do with the white light in the screen. It has to do with the content, the stimulating content that's stirring up their mind and stirring up their thoughts and stirring up their brain chemicals. But if you're sitting here just doing work on your computer, all right, time to go to sleep, shut everything down, boom, lights are off, go right to sleep. Blue light has nothing to do with sleeping or not. I've been saying this for a long time, guys. I've been saying this for a long time. Blue light doesn't matter. What matters is the content you're looking at on the device. So feel free to watch something on your phone without that stupid night shift colors on it if you want. As long as you're not looking at social media or other dopamine-inducing things, addictive type stuff, if you got a porn addiction or something, you're going to have a hard time too. That's not the white light. It's not the white light. Okay, it's the dopamine. It's the addictive stuff going on in your head. All right, that's the stuff that causes it. But no, the night shift doesn't help anything. It doesn't help. And I've been saying this for a long time. Had to include that one. Well, Amazon drivers are instructed by their bosses to turn off the safety features and to basically drive recklessly in order to meet delivery quotas. Hey, John, you're a little behind and you're halfway through your shift. Turn off that monitoring software and put the pedal to the metal. And you see a giant cargo van screaming at 55 down your residential neighborhood at 25, plowing over the drive 25, keep kids alive sign. You know it's the Amazon guy and his boss just told him to drive like a lunatic. So there we have it, guys. Amazon driver companies around the United States are encouraging reckless and dangerous driving by ordering delivery drivers to shut off the app called Mentor. I support the idea of shutting off the monitoring app, personally, that Amazon uses to monitor driver speed and give them safety score to prevent accidents. Drivers say they're being ordered to turn off the app by their bosses so they can speed through their delivery routes in order to hit Amazon's delivery targets. Well, this is interesting. I wonder if somebody's compiled the statistics to see if there's more crashes with Amazon delivery vehicles later in the day or earlier in the day. And then is there a correlation of when this is on and not on? That would be an interesting study to do. So anyway, that's the case. Very, very interesting. So, and there was another Amazon article about Amazon even forces their contractors to have a certain conduct on social media. It's like, no. Over there in Australia, the land down under, there is a Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. They are finally coming out and talking about things that I've talked about for a while. They're talking about the dominance of Apple and Google's app stores and the impact this has on competition and consumers. Now, I don't think that Google's app store should be applicable here. The reason is Google makes many ways possible to have other app stores. They make it possible to sideload apps. Apple does not. Apple does indeed stifle competition. You have to go through their store in order to be on an Apple device. And that in and of itself is a problematic thing. I'm not saying it should be easy to bypass it. I'm just saying it should be possible without hacking your device or breaching your device. It's my device. I paid over $1,000 for it at this point. I should have the right to add an app on it, whether you think it's good or not, whether it's been audited by you or not. I mean, for sure, is that going to cause some risk? Absolutely. But is it going to impact the average user? Absolutely not. Because your average users, they don't even think that you could possibly install an app outside of the App Store. But nevertheless, over in Australia, they are talking about this, and it is an interesting read to see what they're talking about, whereas they're starting to believe that, yeah, the App Store model is actually stifling competition. So that's actually very interesting. And on to our feature article for the day. Allarco is a device that I got to remember exactly what this is. Okay, so Allarco claims that major retailers, including Staples and Best Buy, are selling and encouraging the use of privacy devices. So they are an entertainment channel, and I can't remember if they're doing movies or music or whatever they are. They have some entertainment content that you can subscribe to or whatever else. What they're doing is they are suing stores, retail stores, that sell boxes that can run Kodi. And they're trying to say that they are encouraging the sale of piracy devices. And the judge looked at all these and basically threw every little piece out and then yelled at Allarco here for what's going on. So, first and foremost, let's talk about Kodi for a second. For anybody that's out there like hearing this, Kodi is an amazing application. It is nothing more than a video transcoder and front-end frame to sort and organize media files. I use Kodi every day. It's actually one of the few apps I use every day. I have a few channels. I actually have my Kodi tied into BitChute, and the channels that I follow that are on BitChute, I use the the Kodi app for that, so I can watch the content creators over on the alt tech platform through Kodi, which is infinitely more convenient than logging into the website and scouring through their individual things, because I just get literally a list of the most recent videos by all the people I subscribe to. Very good. So you get that. Now, because of that, the way it works as an open platform, is it possible to put piracy type stuff on it? Yes, it's possible. Of course it's possible. It's possible to put piracy stuff on anything. I could put a torrent client on a computer. Should I tell Best Buy that they're selling piracy devices because I can install BitTorrent on a computer? I mean, really? No. So the problem is that some of these companies don't realize this, and they're trying to stop and stifle everybody from doing anything but becoming their serfs. I got news for you. If you make your movie available on DVD, I'm going to buy it. I don't even know how to pirate a movie. Although there's some old movies that are no longer on DVD and nobody's making available anywhere I kind of want, but we'll leave that for another day. Nevertheless, they're coming in and saying, Allarco is coming in and saying that these stores are selling piracy devices and encouraging people to do it. No, it actually turns out that the company sent employees into these stores like Best Buy and tried to ask the store clerks, can I get this and download illegal content? And the store clerk, I don't know. They said, most of them said, I don't even know what you're talking about. Many of them said, I don't think that's legal. A few were like, okay, if your friend did it, sure, why not? Here it is. And then many of them are like, I don't even know what you're talking about, And so what the court found is that they are leading in sting operations. In other words, by leading, they're basically going in and trying to stir up controversy. They're saying that there's nothing on the device that can implicitly do piracy. These things might have Kodi installed, but there's no plugins or piracy sites attached to it. You'd have to do that individually. So basically, the judge threw the court case out and then told Allarco that you don't have anything here, so go away. So very neat. So yeah, according to a judge, a Kodi box is not a piracy box. And this is absolutely a win because Kodi is an excellent application and I support any form of device you can put it on. This is, guys, that is what I use. I don't have a smart TV. I attach a Kodi box on the back of my dumb TV. And there's a lot, like I could put some TV channels on it, some internet-based TV channels on it. I could put a lot of other features on it. I generally don't watch things like that, so whatever. But nevertheless, that is something you can do with it. Kodi is an excellent application, and there's some excellent builds you can do for Raspberry Pis, for example, and a few other things. So this is really good news, and way to go, Judge. He actually saw through all this garbage. Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have several affiliates. Today we are highlighting Linode, tlm.li/Linode. This is actually where I'm hosting all my clients' websites now because I can build custom servers. I can do a lot of neat things that you can't necessarily do with some of the other hosting companies out there. And if you use my affiliate link, you will get $100 in credit, good for 60 days. You can spin up as many Linodes as you want. You can test around with building a lot of your different stuff out there if you want. And frankly, you can have a lot of good times over here. Anything from Nextcloud instance to your own private VPN, all sorts of features, all available over on Linode, tlm.li/Linode. Well, let's go have a look at some Sillyville now. Let's see. Singing, saw you talking to the Fed guys. Wasn't me. Blue screen filter thingies are a scam. We are behind the monitors all day, and boy, do I sleep well. Yeah. Yeah, you could turn down the brightness, I guess. We do wear blue light filtering glasses, but that's just for the comfort. There you go. Yeah. No screen an hour before bedtime. That's what some people do. I use Kodi on Raspberry. Yeah, my Kodi runs perfect on a Raspberry Pi 2. It runs absolutely perfect. I actually had to buy a Raspberry Pi 2 the other day They're getting expensive because they're hard to find. I happen to have a RetroPie build already built, but I only have the one Raspberry Pi. So if I wanted to play my old RetroPie video games, I'd have to take the one off the back of my TV. It's kind of a pain. So I'm like, let's just buy another Raspberry Pi. So now I have a separate Raspberry Pi for video games and a separate Raspberry Pi for my TV, and I'm epic. But all future projects are going on modern Pis. So, I think I've 5 of them now floating around here. Oh, Lord. No, 6. I have 6 Raspberry Pis, guys. I'm going to get fat. Here's how to do it. Sure, it's pirating. For those who don't know, it may not be. It's your own content. They can go away now. Yep. Alrighty. Let's see. Dell desktops are okay. Laptops are sabotaged. I don't know. I've had tremendous luck with Dell laptops. Comic Pro are awesome laptops for the price. There you go. KDE Slim books. That'd be cool. Okay. Asia the Evil Infiltrator. Yeah, if Linux ARM is interesting, the Pinebooks can make sense, but not great for typical consumer. Yeah. A Git Pi? I think it's a Jet Asia. I don't know. Shut Your Pi Hole. That's his name. Latest KDE Slimbook has Neon pre-installed. Very cool. It's exactly akin to saying standard browser is a piracy tool. Politicians, the second they speak, you know they're lying. That's right. You can tell a politician's lying if their lips are moving. Same thing with a consumer, a public relations officer of a company. Yeah. You're in trouble for doing Amazon reviews like that about something, and they included a $15 gift card if I left a positive review. Yeah, that is actually completely against the Amazon policies. It is totally against the written terms and conditions to use Amazon to offer somebody money in exchange for a positive review. I had a chance to watch your Linux ownership video. Very well done. Started sharing it with friends and families. Awesome. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, that was a good one. I ran a cleaning company, and Google/Yelp made it clear that I cannot offer discounts on perks in exchange for reviews. Yep. That's why the office in my complex has a large hole in it. Amazon truck crashes, probably. Okay. Engage height requirements for Amazon vehicles. They cause major damage to my apartment complex. Yeah. Well, most of those Amazon delivery vans are going to be 9 to 10 feet high. In early mornings, I need to call it night. Well, see you later, Tech. You're going to miss Sillyville, though. That's all right, though. Am I streaming it in YouTube in full screen mode and recording with OBS? I guess that's one option. Live in terminals, so its specs are okay for my needs. Others may need lots of top-end specs. Yeah. Record movies to TV and shows on VHS tapes back in the day. Yep. About Arduino boards. Yeah, I don't have any Arduinos. Arduinos are more controllers and not like computers. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at Sillyville, and then we shall call her a night. Well, first up in Sillyville, Impossible Foods clears a legal battle over an ingredient that makes meat bleed. It's a soy burger. It doesn't need to bleed. Like, why are you trying to develop meat that's not meat? Then they give us this thing. We don't even see meat on here, I don't think. I mean, we got a tomato. I don't know. close of the Impossible Foods Company product, Impossible Burger in Walnut Creek, California. So San Francisco Federal Appeals Court upheld the decision by the Food and Drug Administration to allow Impossible Foods to use the term heme, the additive the company says makes its products taste like meat. So basically they have this stuff that's called heme that basically, if I have my guess, is probably just some liquid iron supplement, maybe like blood, to inject it in to make it bleed. I will take my cow, thank you. I will chop up that cow and I will enjoy a meat burger. I do not want to try your Impossible Burger. Synthetically produced meats and stuff, guys. Synthetically produced, like nothing that is synthetically produced is nearly as good for you as the natural components. But yeah, now there's this whole thing back and forth. We had a whole big court case, and now the Impossible Burger can include something that's causes fake meat to finally fake bleed. It's like when I saw vegan chicken broth once. If you want chicken broth, use chicken broth. My Lord. Well, the appeals court allows parents to sue Snap over a 100-mile-per-hour car crash. They allege that their children shouldn't be Darwin Awards, but that Snap was problematic. Because what they had is they had this filter that the filter basically allows you to snap your current speed, whatever you are, based on the accelerometer of the phone. You could snap this over any individual picture. And the parents say, well, this encouraged the kids to drive over 100 miles an hour to take a picture driving over 100 miles an hour, and it caused them to crash into a tree. I will point you to this down here. Don't snap and drive. The disclaimer is right there on it. I don't think I have my mouse pointer highlighted on the screen there, but it's down there at the bottom, right above that blue arrow there. Don't snap and drive. Yeah, it should be fairly obvious to somebody in the car that driving multiple times over the speed limit is probably not an appropriate thing to do and tends to lead to car accidents. So, I don't know. I guess, though, if people can win a lawsuit for spilling hot coffee on them after ordering hot coffee and then putting it in their lap and taking the lid off, then I guess we can sue Snapchat for making a kid drive fast. Because Twitter updates offensive tweet warning. So this is like an update to a story that came out this week. So this week they're like, hey, if you're going to post something that's offensive, well, first we're going to check your political party. As long as if you're in the red party, you're just banned anyway. In the blue party, we'll say, do you want to do this? But the idea, in all seriousness, now, if you are going to put in something with some offensive word of some form or another, it will give you a pop-up. Hey, this could be offensive. Do you really want to do it? Well, it actually turns out that some people do like to swear at each other. I'm not sure why, but hey, I've seen that in the wild, Mentioned enough teenagers know sometimes teenagers will swear at each other for fun, Why not? And so they realize that some people do indeed like to swear at their friends, so they're going to tweak They're going to tweak their tweet warnings. If you're trying to pass an offensive message to somebody that's a friend of yours, you'll be allowed to do that. It's just people you're not necessarily friends with that you will get the warnings. So there we have it. Twitter is going there. Want to review this before posting. We're asking people to review replies in potentially harmful and offensive language. This is a mean tweet. Tweet that features the word bleep and might need to be reviewed. Did we get this wrong? Your Twitter. Of course you got it wrong. But anyway, there we have it. And the last story here, if you are into this kind of stuff, you could put together some PVC pipes and make your own race cars and then race car drive, Daytona, USA with your friends. So here these guys are putting together their race car pieces, and we have a video, which I'm going to need to, let me mute desktop audio. And just until we get this guy muted here, I'm going to mute myself as well because there's probably copyrighted content over here. All right, there we are. We have muted it, so we'll go ahead and take that out. So over here, you put together your pipes, you attach some devices onto it, tie this on into the computer, So here's your brake, gas and brake pedals. So you kind of put all that kind of stuff together. You get your steering wheel, and now you guys can race with your PVC pipe cars. Look at that. Do some competitions there. Quite intriguing. So I'm staring at this going, is this a good thing, a bad thing, a crazy thing? I don't know, but it's certainly silly. Here we are, some school settings. Go kids, go. Go kids. We got the class. They're scooting up. They're scooting up. You guys remember doing that? Scooting up? Oh boy, oh boy. What's this world coming to? You can build your own PVC race car and then use it to race in a video game. That's very interestingly epic, I gotta say. Definitely kind of cool. Well, you can help support the channel over on Patreon, patreon.com/TOMM. I have a couple different channels supported over there. You can jump on in over there and help support the channel that way. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Alrighty. Whoa, people are giving me poop emojis. Oh, the poop emojis are offensive. Yeah, you're offending me. Quantum Alpha, Strawberry Shortcake, you guys are offending me. All right. Let's see. Change things to the terminal though whenever your files or use config files or things. Let's see. Leave 4-star review. I leave the one thing they should fix. There you go. Fertilizer burger. Estrogen burger. There you go. I recommend most people they go with AMD or Intel versus going ARM. I don't know. I mean, there's some cool things you can do on ARM. I gotta say, there are some cool things you can do on ARM. But if you need the processing power, if you're doing video encoding, don't go ARM. I looked on eBay, saw Pinebook Pro 1.87 gigahertz quad core, 4 gig charging port. Yeah. Race each other for pinks? I don't know. Interesting. Didn't see it. Linux more than handles all my needs. Yep. Twitter's a new Tumblr. Yeah. Linux distros are better than Windows as an OS, just about every way. Yep. Not all software is written for ARM, so that's yet another thing to be aware of. Yep. Next up on Twitter, Tumblr integrations. Ooh, yeah. Internet, please. Back in my day, we just took a field trip to a huge pizza buffet and arcade in Pigeon Forge. That's right. Make it through 2021, I will consider purchasing KDE Slimbook. There you go, yeah. Beg to differ, videos rendering amazingly fast. Oh, are they? Oh, well, okay. All right. I have to say Apple's M1 chip is probably better than some of the generic ARMs you can get in some of the other things. I guess maybe we need to see a little bit more. But yeah, okay. I wasn't really considering the Apple stuff. But okay. Let's see. Shadow Streak. I'm about to feed the beast. You gonna leave before I feed the beast? I gotta tempt thy kitty cat. That's right. We gotta tempt thy kitty cat. Oh, you know what time of the day it is, don't ya? You know what time of the day it is. It's 10:15 and it's time for your kitty treats. Kitty treats. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Got a double catter. No. Oh, that's your sister's. You got yours. Oh, who got it? You got it? You got it? All right, I'll give you one more, buddy. I'll give you one more, buddy. Give you one more. There you go. Hopefully you guys could see what was going on down there, but I had a double catter. A double catter showed up. He was trying to steal it. All right. All right, guys. I think we are going to go ahead and jump off for now. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. No video tomorrow. I am taking the day off. We should be back on Monday, so we will see you guys then. And have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And yes, CJ is a greedy beast. Have a good one, guys.